Get out the bed, I grind and hustle. Get out the bed and grind and hustle. Get out the bed and grind and hustle. Get out the bed and grind and hustle. Did it before and do it again. Did it before, I'ma do it again. Did it before, I'ma do it again. Yeah. Ben Post, start drinking. Pocket full of Ben Franklin. Y'all niggas been hate. Ball man mixtape.
It's your boy JMV. As you can tell, I'm in the bunk. Make this video, man, let y'all know my stance on or how I feel about driving day or night, because I've heard people talk about that. A lot of people seem to prefer to drive in the day and avoid driving, you know, at the night and overnight into the morning. For me, it's just daytime driving is cool. I mean, you're gonna drive in the day. You know, I guess I'm just referring to the people who have made videos or I've spoken to who pretty much make it a point to not drive once the sun starts to go down. So I prefer driving at night, overnight into the morning, for a number of reasons. One being there's just less traffic, obviously. You know, as you start getting to 10, 11, and definitely the midnight and early morning hours, there's very little traffic on the road. So it makes for a much quicker, much quicker travels. I feel like you can cover more miles because there's less congestion. There's less congestion, possible delays, you know, with obviously traffic jams, especially early in the morning, or rush hour in the morning, or PM rush hour, people going home. If you're going through a more than likely city area. Now, if you're out in the boondocks, it doesn't really matter what time of the day it is. You're not really going to hit traffic. But, you know, if you're crossing through or going into a city or a highly populated area, at certain times in the morning and afternoon and evening, you're going to hit traffic, and it can be devastating at times. Then, like I said, obviously there's less drivers on the road, so there's less risk of getting into an accident when you take into account the not so good drivers, the careless drivers out here, mainly in four-wheelers, but you got them in the trucks as well. So there's less people on the road to possibly cause you to get into an accident or something of that nature. So that's another reason. Truck stops, man, they fill up really fast. You know, if you want to get off the road and take your 10-hour break, you know, by 6 o'clock, you need to be getting your butt in there. 7, 8 o'clock, most of them are full, you know, and you coming after 8, man, it's going to be really hard to find a spot. And if you're not the best driver, not the best backer, you know, it's going to be a headache, because most of the time it's going to be a spot that nobody wanted to take. The experienced drivers, I don't even want to deal with that, which is why you see people parked on the damn exit ramps and on ramps, and even like the rest areas, those fill up. Those will fill up quick. So while everybody's fighting for these parking spots, I'd prefer to just be driving. You know, you want to get a shower, everybody's there in the afternoon, in the evening, and at night. So you're going to be waiting in line for showers. You know, the best time I've figured out, the best time to shower is early in the morning or in the afternoon, early afternoon. So basically, you know, 11, 12 o'clock, 11 p.m., 12 a.m., good time to go get a shower, because most people are sleeping, have already eaten and everything, so most of the drivers are sleeping. And then in the afternoon, you know, basically noon to about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and most people are still on the road, so that's the best time to get a shower. And that's usually when I'm not going to be driving, because like I said, I'd rather drive at night. Now, you don't get to choose all the time. You got to drive in the daytime, you know, but yeah, that's another reason those truck stops can be a headache with the parking, with everybody trying to cram in for the night. Another reason I like it is because it's almost like a form of therapy for me, because it's a way. You're just driving, okay? You're just driving. It's open road. As I said, there's little to no distractions, and then You get you get your tunes going, you get your music going, whatever floats your boat. But for me, it's like I can clear my head. It's just there's nothing around to, I guess capture my attention. So I have to entertain myself. After a while, you end up tuning the music out. But I personally refer to it as getting lost in my thoughts. That's what I always tell my fiance when I talk to her at night before she goes to bed. I say, go ahead and get lost in my thoughts. It's basically a way for me to clear my mind. And, it's a lot of things that's on your mind subconsciously that you're not aware of. A lot of things that weigh down on your conscious that you aren't really aware of, I guess, until you get into a situation where your mind just wanders and thoughts come up that you're not thinking about, or problems come up, things that have been bothering you come up. And then also, it's also a good way when those things come up to deal with them, in your head, come up with solutions or how to better this situation. So for me, I've lately just been doing a lot of thinking about how to continuously improve my situation financially and get my family into a better situation financially for the current and definitely for the future. So like people said, don't come into trucking without a goal. So my goal is ultimately to build a business and then bracket off of that business once the money starts coming in. But that's another topic of discussion. So yeah, those are my reasons for why I prefer to drive at night. Like I said, therapeutic for me. It's like a form of therapy. And as long as you're well rested, though, because I know the biggest fear for a lot of people is getting out here, driving overnight to the early hours in the morning, and they fear getting drowsy and possibly nodding off at the wheel, which is a possibility. It's it's a reality. But
a new message has arrived.
Okay. If you're well rested, man, you'll be fine. You know what I mean? It's not like you can't stay up all day throughout the daylight hours and not get you much sleep or take like a 2 or 3 hour nap, and then you think you're gonna drive 8, 9, 10 hours overnight into the early morning. You're gonna get sleepy. But me, I get most of my sleep because I'm still with my trainer. My TNT phase is done, and I'll make a video about this as well. But I just decided to stay with my trainer so throughout the winter. So it just so works out that he's usually driving in the daytime. I'm usually driving at night, so I'm well rested. So when I take over in the late afternoon and drive through the night, man, I don't get sleepy. I don't get drowsy. And what I've found is that when I get on my own, when I can, whenever I want to, but like I said, I'll address that topic in another video. I'm probably gonna prefer to drive at night, do my driving at night. So, anyways, not to prolong this video, I've answered that topic of discussion, or addressed that topic of discussion. So I guess I'm gonna get ready to get my butt out this bed. I might lay here and then make another video, who knows. But y'all know what it is. It's your boy JMV, man. I'll holler back at y'all in the near future. As always, man, stay up, stay safe.